Yes, try it. Trial and error. Error, yeah. That's an old
Exactly.
saying,
Thank you.
yeah. You're going to go through, in other words, in the business world, they will tell people you're going to go through trial and error. In other words, you're going to try things. You're going to go through a trial period where you try things and you're going to have errors. You're not going to be able to immediately get it, just like anything. Yeah, and so that's real in creation because of how creation is. So again, this is where we've been literalized to think a particular way, thinking that all we have to do is think it and it should be all okay. You see? Yeah, but it's not, is it? So you can think whatever you want. You are the decider. That's true. But you also have to decide. You're in your physical body and your own mind and your creative consciousness. You also have to deal with everything else that's so-called outside of you. So you can decide whatever you want. You can decide, oh, I'm the king of the world and everybody has to obey me. That's in your consciousness. That's in your mind. Okay. And you can play that role. And others will look at you funny and think, oh, she thinks she's the queen and we have to obey her. Well, see, again, it's waking up to what's really going on here, isn't it? So the questions that people have are all in their minds. The reality of life is what it is. This is the isness. And so this becomes the very interesting part. The experiences that each one of us have, no matter what they are, that is something created. The reality of life basically is what it is. And then there are the experiences that we have with ourself and creation, whatever, that are hints. And so again, this is where the questions lie, which is understandable. What we're really questioning is what we and others have created. So in other words, she's having these experiences. Okay, she sees what's going on. She's simply telling what's going on and having these experiences. Now, whether she accepts them or not, or recognizes what's going on, okay, whatever, it's like watching a movie. She's the decider, okay, she's the decider. Now, let me give you a funny example, okay? And we know this, but you have to keep learning it over and over and over again. Okay. So it's like, let's say she had a child. Let's say all of a sudden she had a baby. And she's happy about having the baby. Like at first she's happy about having these experiences with FREEBEING and the real guides on the real side, and she can see them. And there's a part of her that's happy about that. There's a part of her that questions it. And so let's say she has a baby, a child. She always wanted a child. She has a baby. And so, the day comes when the baby's born, etc. You go through all that. And after a while, she looks at this experience and even asks the child, why are you here? What are you doing here? How'd you get here? Does that make sense? See, the things that people commonly know, they don't question for the most part. They don't question it. Even all that's accepted, they don't question it. But something else, that's something else from their personal life, they will question it. And I understand, we wonder what it is. And so it takes quite a while to learn to see what's going on. Now, I see what's real with all life, but at the same time, I don't see everything. I don't know everything. And because, first of all, my interest isn't there. So I don't know, like let's say the computer, I don't know how to do the things that Jeremy does. But my interest isn't there. I could learn it if I wanted to, but I'm not concerned. My focus is other places. That's what takes up my life. So she has a question here. And see, I've come across this so many times with the seers, especially the seers. Well, just especially anybody. They have all this experience, and then it's like they question it. And at some point, it's whatever they decide. And you know, like Helen, like Sandy and Claudia, and all the others that I've known, so many. And why can't they see it? Why can't they see how precious what they have is compared to their personal life where they're growing old? When is it that they're going to decide to see it and compare the difference and then learn to see what's real? Life is what it is. Life is not an experience. Life is what it is. This is getting this across to the personal self is the biggest challenge, because the personal self is in the consideration mode to be able to consider something, to consider this, to consider that, consider, oh, I want to buy a car, or this is what I want for dinner, or, you know, this, whatever, considerations. Now, when you want to learn to see and be with what all life is, there are no considerations. There's no experience. It's simply the reality of what it is. And that becomes something indifferent and different than creation and what you've considered. This is why most people come and go, because that takes a long time. Even when you do start to see that, you still have to, you know, it's like standing at the edge of the ocean. You see it, you know, all of a sudden you see the ocean. Oh, you made it there, you know. Oh, gee, there's the ocean. But it's like, oh, gee, it's like, what is it? What do I do? Do I go in? Do I go swimming? Oh, is it cold? Is it warm? Whatever. See, all these considerations. Instead of just doing it and figuring it out from there, learning to see and be what it is. See, and then when you do go in, it's like, oh, this feels different. What is this? You know, if you've never experienced the ocean as an example. So, we have to go in baby steps. We have to go in baby steps. And the experiences are very important, just like when babies are playing with their blocks and their toys and whatever else, their little bikies and whatever else. You have to really see, again, we're adults here, and we're thinking we're big, we know things. No, we don't. You don't know anything. The three nothings. I know nothing, I am nothing, I want nothing. And so again, trial and error. You keep trying to figure it out. First of all, yourself and creation. How is creation working, and what is my involvement here? You know, what am I doing here, etc. Like, you can ask all kinds of questions, whatever. Creation is what it is also. It is cause and effect, agitation, to wake us up. That's why it's set up. It's an agitation. That's why we suffer. We like and dislike things, whatever. It's all suffering. All the happiness, the sadness, all happiness turns to sorrow. Buddha said, whatever, desire is the source of all pain. So again, these are the hints, but it's okay. You go through it. You go through the pain. You go through the questioning. It's all okay. The idea is we keep going, no matter what. We keep going. You might say, walk down the road and see what else there is. And then all of a sudden, all those things that you went through passed. And yes, there's more. When you climb the mountain and you get to the highest mountain, you're thinking, oh, I'm on the highest mountain. You look out, and all of a sudden you see there's thousands of other higher mountains. and you're going to go down into the valley, and then you're going to go up the next mountain, etc. That's a metaphor. That sounds really boring. You can shortcut all that by simply being now, recognize the isness. How do you think I survived 5 days in a Wi-Fi hospital after being hit with a lightning bolt from the Callum God in 2015? I didn't create agitation for my mind. I simply was now. That's it. That's how I survived it. So, yes, we have questions. That's fine. There's no do's or don'ts or whatever. But let's get in the rhythm and look at yourself and all the agitation you've caused and caused others and caused yourself, etc., and look at where you are here. Let's get in the mode where we, creatively bring something forward that's fun and beneficial, and then helps us all keep going and motivates us. I'll be honest here. When people all of a sudden quit, they just go, psh, quit. Like the kids here, when Kelsey was here, they all just split. That only makes me focus more. Yeah, doesn't bother me. It only makes me focus more. Because I know it's real. Doesn't bother me at all. That's their choice, not mine. But I see what they've missed, but they don't. And will they ever? I don't know. But I'm here for everyone. But it only motivates me more. It only verifies what I already know and see. This is what's so cool. So it's all fine. I've seen so many come and go, and you know what? Fine. Even the relatives, when they come and go, fine, whatever. It's their choice. So the idea is everyone's okay. You're already okay. You're in the isness. And just make it fun to recognize what already supports you. And your mind doesn't support you. You only think it does. And you think the job that you have where you get money supports you. No, it doesn't. It doesn't support you. It's fake because it's only going to last so long. But in the meantime, we do it. We do all the things, whatever you do. Hey, my room is full of so much stuff and I don't use most of it, but it's like, oh, I need this stuff. That's the personal self. That's okay. But have fun recognizing the wonder and awesome and the preciousness that's with you right now. Let's make it fun. We're all fine and we have questions along the way. That's okay. Just like a road trip, and you see things as you're walking along or driving along and you go, oh, what is that? And somebody explains it to you and that's it. And you just keep going. That's all. It's that simple because it's endless. That's what's so cool about it. Now you know it's endless and you can make it better. But again, at the same time, you're in this world right now, and the challenge is to, be okay here, and at the same time help others be okay. So that's why I'm here too, is to help you be okay and everybody else. Yeah. I don't like to see anybody quit.